Welcome to my channel. This is me, Stitchy Wren. I don't know why that was so difficult. So it's been a little while. I know I'm kind of behind, although I did do a bonus video last month. If you haven't seen that and you want to see a whole bunch of Disney princess projects, then check that out. But anyway, this channel is about cross stitch, so maybe I should talk about that soon. But yes, it's the 12th today, so I'm much later in doing my October wrap up than I had planned to be, but I woke up on November 1st and my back was just, something was pulled, or it took me a while to feel better from that. And then I will admit I sort of procrastinated last week. But I'm here, I'm finally here, and I'm ready to talk about all the massive amounts of stitching that I did in October. I have lots of stuff to show you, so I'll just get through a few little announcements first real quick. Part 8 of the Kingdom Hearts SAL is out, so I'll put a picture of that up here. I can't remember what Keyblades came out this month, but it was 2 of the bigger ones, I think, and moving right along with that. All right, other patterns that I put out, more Chrono Cross items, sort of a mixture of things, sword and some other items, things just like stuff I thought was kind of neat from the game. So you can find that on my Ko-Fi page. And if you follow me on Instagram, you saw this because I posted it at the beginning of the month, but I put out a Hamtaro pattern. If you don't know what that is, it's video games are kind of more aimed at children, I'll admit, but it's very cute. You play as a little hamster, and the money is sunflower seeds, and you help your little friends, and it's just so stinking adorable. So these are from Hamtaro Rainbow Rescue, and I made all these little ham stamps. That's what they call them in the game. You get them for doing different things, and I just thought they were so cute, so I made a whole pattern out of them, and these are little ham faces. So yes, this is the one I mentioned several videos back, that is the one that would melt your face with cuteness, because come on. But what's nice is it's a bunch of smaller patterns, so if you just wanted to do a couple of them, you could pick one out and it'd be really, really quick stitch, or you can do them all. Okay, quick second on the pop culture highlight for October. I watched Stephen King movies, one every day, so 31. So that was a lot. It's varying degrees of goodness. I watched some really good ones, and I watched some that were not so good. There's a wide range, that's for sure. But I watched a few new ones, like Dolores Claiborne and Gerald's Game. They're not new, but I hadn't seen them before, so those are pretty good. So if you have any thoughts, or if you are wanting to watch any, you can ask me. I've watched a lot of them now. I'd seen a fair amount of them before. But you know what? We should get into the whips, because I have a whole bunch to show you, and finishes. I worked on a lot of projects this month, so many things. Before I get into the spooky ones, I'm going to show one of the ones that I worked on that is not spooky. And this is the Rainbow Sheep of the Family. I did another 332 stitches. This pattern is by Plato Squirrel, and it's a 14 count Aida Sunset by Charles Craft. Of course, I'll put up a picture of what it's going to look like when it's done. And I finished the last color kid. So Shy Violet is now on here. So all the color kids are done and stitched, all ready to go. And I'm going to talk about this more in plans, but I'm going to try to keep working on this. Hopefully finished by the end of the year, but it is going, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna finish something. It would be nice, right? It would be nice. Okay, now on to the spookier stitches. Okay, so the next one up is Hilde's Chupacabra Campout. I did 409 stitches, and this is patterned by Bendy Stitchy on 18 count Aida. So this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. So I'll just show you that real quick. It's cute. I'm getting there. I think the next time I bring it out, I'm gonna try to finish it. It's going. I've mostly got just the border to do. So you can see now I've got Hilde in there and the moon, and I started doing a little bit of the border up top. This isn't a really huge pattern, honestly. It's not really big. You can see the piece of fabric isn't really big. So, you know, I should be able to finish it up. That's one of the things I've decided about. I enjoy doing like a whole bunch of spooky projects in October and in May, but it does become like a lot of things to wrangle in the month, and I feel like I'm not making a lot of progress on most of them. So I think I'm not really going to add. So it's not necessarily going to be 13. I'm going to try to focus on getting some of them done the next time comes around for that. So maybe add small things, but no more like big things. Okay, next up is Baba Yaga. And this is a pattern by Autumn Lane Stitchery. It's a 32 count linen Catacombs by BeStitchMe. So this is what the finished pattern look like. You can see it's really neat, but big, very, very big. This is some great, like awesome fabric. I made some more progress on the tree, and I got some of the smoke here, and sort of like started outlining the chimney roof stuff. So not a ton of progress. I mean, you only did 631 on something this big doesn't look like a ton, unfortunately. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna try to like focus in on those things. Oh, something I realized, quick aside, I forgot to talk about my last video. I went to a retreat in September here locally in the Panhandle, and I got to hang out with Brenda, the Obsessive Crafty Dabbler. You can find her channel here on YouTube, and she's also on Instagram, and it was really fun. We've met in person once before because we, you know, live, it's like not close, but, you know, within a reasonable driving distance. So it was fun to get to hang out with her more. She's really nice. And go to another retreat. It's something that's fairly local, so I didn't have to go super far, which is nice. And it's small, so it's just kind of a fun thing. I feel like there was maybe something else that I forgot to mention last time. I know there's people that have shouted me out, like Jo, her channel's a Stitchy Cat Lady, and maybe and Rogue Mama Stitchers talked about my pattern, the X-Men one. So thank you to everybody. And I forget. I'm sorry. I go a month between my videos and I don't write things down, and then my brain just, and it doesn't remember. Anyway, aside done. Okay, next up, Flying Lessons. I did 790 stitches. This is a pattern by Silver Creek Samplers. And I'm doing it on 18 count Aida, Hazelwood by Fiber on a Whim. So you can see I made a good bit more progress. I basically just had night, most of night here. Now I've got fly by night, aviation, some of the broomsticks coming in. So I made a little progress on that. It's definitely coming along, and that's not a really big one either. And that's why some of these I just want to dedicate some time to them so I can actually finish them instead of just sort of like teeny chipping away at it, you know. Okay. Next up, I know so many this month. Ghost Stories. This is a pattern by the Witchy Stitcher. It's on a 32 count Belfast linen Fright by Fortnight Fabrics, and that's what the finished product looks like. Those bats aren't on the pattern. They're just little decorations that are added to that finish in the picture. And it's another one where I realized I probably should have used like half of this fabric because this pattern is like a lot smaller than I thought. I don't know why I didn't Didn't think of that because this is the bottom of the pattern right here. I'm just like, I could have probably used like half of it. Oh well, it is what it is. So I got all the stuff around the ghost done and a little more of like spooky ghosts around it. So you can see him pretty well now that he's outlined in the black and his little candles all done and stuff. So, oh yeah, he's looking cute. I like him. I'd like to also finish him. It's like, it is fun. It's fun starting stuff. It is, but I also just like at a certain point, I'm like, oh my goodness, I just want to finish this thing. You know, like seriously. Okay. Next up, let's see. Be Like a Crow. I did 1,018 stitches. It's a pattern by Erica Michaels. It's on a 32 count Lugana antique white. So that's, I'm doing this one up here. This is on there. Be like a crow, collect shiny things, hop happily down the street for no apparent reason, scream loudly when you see your friends. I just thought that was really fun. So I got the top part done. And it's originally set to be stitched on 40 count silk gauze, and I was like, no. So it tells you to like fill in the background with this one color to, you know, because the gauze is see-through. But, you know, I'm not going to do that. There are some parts that are blank that I may fill in with that color to sort of add to it, like the lettering and stuff. I haven't decided yet, but the top part is done, so now I can start going down and doing the different sections of lettering and stuff. So I think that is coming along quite well. This is a little bit bigger one, so you know it's probably gonna take a little longer. I couldn't just like zip through it. Like some of these, I think I could finish them up rather quickly, honestly. Oh, I got so much stuff. So much stuff. Okay, next up, Current Mood. I did 1,010 stitches. This is a pattern by Autumn Lane Stitchery. You can see it's 3 pumpkins and a cat. So the last time you would have seen on here, I stitched the cat, and now I have stitched the angry pumpkin. Every time I pull this out, I'm trying to get one thing done on it. Like I got the cat done, I got the angry done. So the next time I'll get the next pumpkin done, and then, you know, the last pumpkin. So I just love how cute they are. The back stitching is just perfect. It is really, I love this pattern. It's really cute. Get in there. So many things to wrangle. Okay, what do we got next? Okay. So this is a new one that I started. It's All Hallows Eve sampler, and I'll put a picture up. I don't have the pattern in here. But this is a big one. It's going to take me a while. I did 1,009 stitches. This is a pattern by Joan Elliott, and it's on a 32 count Silver Moon Lugana. So you can see this is going to be big. So this is the first page. So I basically got the outline of it done, and I'm starting to fill in. So it's pretty much mostly black with a little bit of this orange. What color is this? 972. So very like orangey, light orange color. Adds little pops of color to it. You know, for the cat's eyes and little jack-o'-lantern man and stuff like that. So I kind of like it's easy in that it's a lot of blacks. You're not color changing, but I like that it has the other color to kind of give some dimension to it, add something to it. So yeah, this one's going to take a while. It is big. It's not really wide, as you can see from the picture, but it's very long. So this one will be a project for a while. That's okay. Okay. So these other two are new starts that I did this month. So I've got Movie SAL. It's patterned by Wolfpack Creations. I did 1,346 stitches, and this is on an 18 count blood spatter Aida, excuse me. I'll put a picture up because the SAL is over, so all the parts are out now. So I started in the middle, and I got Ghostface from Scream, and then we've got some stuff for Pet Cemetery, Birds, Bucket from Carrie, Axe from The Shining, which is funny because I was kind of having fun. I was like, oh, I can do a bunch of the Stephen King motifs while I'm watching Stephen King movies this month. But yeah, you can see I've made a fair little progress. It's a fairly big piece, so it's going to take a little while. But yeah, just sort of doing a little motif at a time. It's kind of nice because you can sort of feel like you've finished a little something there as you're going along. And my fabulous Pennywise. Oh, sorry, I know some people don't like clowns. So look away. Look away if you don't like clowns for a second. I'll just show off my, I think that's from Black Cat. Yeah, Black Cat X Stitchery. I got that at StitchCon, but I'm pretty sure she has an Etsy store too. Okay, one last whip. Those new start. So, you know, I finished the Cryptid Stitch Along, so I was finally letting myself start the Supernatural Stitch Along. So let's see, this is by the Witchy Stitcher, and on a 32 count mocha linen, I did 4,615 stitches to finish the border. Yeah. So it's got some differences from the Cryptid one. It has little bats on the side instead of little moons. You get little skulls and stuff up here and candles. So I like that she changed it up to look different than the border, but still like that they go together. So I'm going to kind of do like I did with the cryptids and try to do one or two a month to just keep moving forward on that one, since they're like small things that I can finish in a month pretty easily. So that is finally all my whips. I know. This is going to be such a long video. So now we will move on to finishes. Okay, I've got 4 finishes. One is it's a finish of that pattern, but not a finish of the whole thing I'm doing. You'll see it in a minute. So first off, we got Something's Brewing, 883 stitches, and this is a pattern from So Nerdy by Brie, 14 count gray Aida, and I actually fully finished this. Yay, isn't he cute? He's got a little cauldron on his back, it's so precious. And I got some great like spooky fabric to make him into a little pillow. And I actually sewed up like all of my Bulbasaur patterns that you see me do on here. So they're all made into wee little pillows now. Just ignore my terrible whip stitching on the bottom. I'm just not good at being the tidiest in the world, but it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, he is like all done. Unfortunately, I sewed him up this month, so he hasn't actually been able to be out in the bowl, but next year, next year, he'll be ready to go. Okay, next up is Which Better from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery on a 14 count gray Aida, and is 1,899 stitches. Ta-da! I know, it's so cute. Look at her little face, oh, and the little candies. Oh, I love it. It's so cute. And the little bat and stuff, and the little, love it. Just love it so much. I'm probably going to make it into some sort of flat fold or something. I haven't really decided yet, but yeah, I did make some progress on fully finishing some stuff this month, but I still got lots of stuff I need to fully finish. Okay, so I did another pattern in the Bouville series. I'm doing all 12 of them on one piece of fabric. So that's why I say it's like I'm finished but not finished. So this is the Bouville Candy Shop. I did 2,425 stitches. It's a pattern by Sugar Stitches on a 28 count mushroom Lugana. So you can see, I think it was last year I did the Bouville Inn, and now this month I did the Candy Shop. So these are going to be 3 across and 4 down to fit all, because I've got a rather big piece of fabric, which I don't think I need it all the way down. I just needed it this wide. But yeah, I'm going to try to do one of those every time I come around to my spooky patterns. And surprisingly more stitching than you would think. Like it's like almost 2,500 stitches, so it is a fair amount of stitching to do. But not a ton of colors. It's usually like 8 or 9, I think. So it's not too bad in that way. Okay, one more finish, and this is when I started in May when I started all these spooky projects. It says Spooky Stories bookmark from the Black Needle Society. It's on a 14 count perforated paper, and I did 1,265 stitches to finish it. Let's see. Off to my grave, for I am dead. Place at my side a needle and thread. So that is all done, and I'm probably going to back it with some felt and trim the edges up. Like sew it on some felt and trim the edges up, and then I can finally make it into a bookmark. Just haven't gotten around to that yet. I should do that. I really should. So that's all the things. I worked on a lot of things this month. Not to mention still working on the Kingdom Hearts stitch along. Oh, I know, right? So, without further ado, let's get into talking about my plans. I did forget to mark up my whiteboard. So, that was the other thing I was talking about. I've done 2 videos, and my background is different because we've rearranged some stuff in my room. So, I had to do my filming in a different spot. And I think it's just thrown me off, and I just forget to do my little board. Okay, so what did I have planned for in October? I wanted to stitch on 13 spooky projects, which I did. I wanted to finish part 11 of Keyblades, which I did. Finish another Bulbasaur, and finish the Supernatural frame. So I actually got all those things done. I'm pretty excited. Let's see, what are my plans for November, which we're almost halfway through already. Stitch a seasonal Bulbasaur. Finish parts 2 and 3 of the Dark Queen, because you didn't see that this month. I didn't have time to work on it, so I was planning on catching up in November, which I'm doing pretty good so far on that. Finish part 12 of Keyblades. I actually got started on that in October, so I was trying to get a little bit of ahead, which was good because I couldn't work on that when my back was bothering me. So that's probably good. Rainbow Family that I showed earlier. I want to stitch the lettering on that, get that done this month. And I want to stitch one of the Stitchy Princess winter patterns, because now that I've started actually sewing things up into little pillows, I want to have some more to put out. So I've got a couple of her winter patterns that I had plans for that. And they stitch up pretty quickly, so I'm hoping I can get one of those done, ready for December, which would be nice. Yeah, I think that's about it. I feel like I've gone a really long time, but I probably really haven't, although I did talk about a lot of projects. So I think I'm just going to let you go and hope you're having a good day or evening or whenever you're watching this. And hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.